Welcome to Butterfield Backstage Banter, the BSP podcast where host Jessica DeMent is joined backstage by her guests to banter about theater at Butterfield in Gainesville, Texas.
Hello and welcome to Butterfield Backstage Banter. I am your host, Jessica DeMent, and today I am joined by James Embry. Hello, James.
Hello.
James was invited into Butterfield earlier this season to help out with the Wolves, with teaching some of our actors some of their soccer skills. We greatly appreciated that. James, why don't you go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself and soccer and kind of how that brought you to Butterfield?
Well, I started soccer whenever I was actually 3.
Wow.
We were supposed to be on a 4-year-old team, and I was 3. Somehow my parents got me in there. And I played well into high school and played a little bit after high school and college, joined the Army, had a family, and started coaching my son whenever we lived in Italy. And whenever he was just a wee little dude. And then I got out of the Army. I came back to Gainesville, where I'm from, and my daughter needed a coach. And we signed her up, and they said, hey, they coach her, there's not going to be a team. I said, well, I played soccer for many years. I guess I'll do it. So I started coaching my daughter, and then it turned out that my son was also playing at the time, and started coaching my son. And I'm still coaching my daughter right now.
Mm-hmm.
My son, he plays for Texoma FC, so I'm not his coach anymore. And how I kind of got involved with Butterfield was that my sister, Missy, was in the production, and she said that Allison might want us to practice a little bit, and could you come and show us? Of course I can.
Awesome. Well, I know it definitely added to the show. It was so much fun to watch those girls and, doing all the soccer stuff while running their lines. Tell me a little bit about what it was like to teach a bunch of theater girls soccer tricks.
It actually wasn't as bad, honestly. Like I've been coming into it a little bit. I've done theater in high school and everything, and I was like, well, you never know, they might not get it immediately, but I mean, honestly, it was faster than a lot of the girls that I've been teaching, and some of the boys as well. I mean, they picked it up quick, extremely, and I mean, trapping the ball and kicking with the side of your foot, and just watching the ball and how to position your body, and they were really. I was actually very impressed. I even told Missy after that practice, I said, some of y'all can actually kind of play pretty good. Honestly, it's like textbook, that way that y'all are tapping and kicking it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I was very impressed watching them do all of that during the performance of the show. I know you got to see it too, so you got to kind of see, your influence on the play, which was such a fun play. Did you find any challenges in teaching the girls as far as soccer and theater?
I would say like some of the challenges is one to make it as realistic as you really can. And with us, doing an actual drill, like in the show, the spider web, that is a real drill.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually a very complex drill. And it's one that you usually have a lot more people, a lot more space.
Yeah.
And like, well, we're gonna have to do it here, and then just kind of make it our own a little bit. And they were all wonderful. They did so good with adjusting and like, okay, well, this is how we're gonna do it, and then like also the hard part, they have to be moving around because it's constant moving, and they have lines to say.
Yeah.
Which I was like, ooh, like that's not easy to do. And so, and be mindful where you're at, where's your cue, and your spot, and now you got to move at this point. Also, you have to memorize lines and what to say. I was glad I was personally.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of really amazing talent on display during the Wolves, and the way those actors were able to incorporate everything that you were just saying, the movement and the blocking and the soccer skills and the lines, and then even just with the material that they were working with and the topics and dealing with so much heaviness while also playing a game. It was very, very impressive.
It really was. I think they did it really well too, with being able to, kind of capture that, playing a game. There's a lot of things behind the scenes, the realism behind that game.
Yeah.
That, other issues that are going on, not just the game, but the game's always in the back of your mind too. Like, we got to win.
But there's still life happening. Yeah. Yeah, it was a great example of that. Well, thank you so much for what you were able to contribute to that and, help bring the realism of that game. When Allison had asked me to invite you on the podcast to kind of talk about what you did with the Wolves and then also a little bit about the soccer, she mentioned that you are kind of supporting an initiative in regards to soccer here in Gainesville. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Yes, ma'am. So we've been playing soccer in Minnesota Park. I want to say it's been 25 years. I remember whenever I was playing, we used to play at Edison Park, and then we had a facility for everyone. It's Canesta Park, and not too much has changed yet about the park. And so one of my childhood friends, who I also played soccer with growing up, and still great friends today, brought it forward that we want some improvements for Canesta Park. And, we don't feel like we're asking too much. It's lights so that we can practice whenever it starts getting like these twilight hours like this, and whenever the time changes and everything. We have to try to make practices earlier or cut them short. And it doesn't help really with the development as much. And we're asking for some lights, maybe some stands if we can get lucky enough for the parents, with some shade, and then also really just grass instead of it just really be weeds and everything, and just some better drainage. So Justin Nix is his name, doing a wonderful job going in front of the city council. They're being very receptive towards us as well, so it's a great thing. We're just trying to make something better for these kids and have more outdoor recreation in Gainesville.
Absolutely. And is there a way that if any of our viewers feel passionately about that subject as y'all do, is there a way that they're able to support this cause?
Yes, ma'am. We had a petition that is going around Facebook. I've shared it. Many people have shared it. It just kind of goes through about Canesta Park, like Canesta Park Incentive and Initiative. I'm sorry. And there's also, we have a survey from the city of Gainesville that's also going around, and it's not just for Canesta Park. It's for all of Gainesville and want to improve all of Gainesville, because honestly, I'm from this town, and it is a very special town.
Yeah.
There's a lot of community here, and we just want to make it better. Like my dad always used to say, leave it better than
the way you found it. Yeah.
So,
yeah, my stepdad used to say that too growing up.
Yeah.
So it's a good rule to follow. Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you can give me those links, I can go ahead and share them in our information box of this video. And then if any of our viewers would like to look into it, support it, fill out the survey, then y'all can go ahead and click on those links and, kind of help take some action if y'all feel that that's, a thing that you would like to support in your community. To wrap up, could you go ahead and tell our audience why you think it's important for them to support community organizations and initiatives like youth sports, community theater, that type of thing in their community?
Well, I think that it's important because it's a culture, and it's bringing a culture, and it's bringing togetherness. And no one ever really succeeds, I feel, on their complete own. And if we bring more things to Gainesville, beautification, more avenues for art, to include theater, but also murals and just painting and everything, and you have your youth sports. It brings togetherness, and
Absolutely.
I feel that it's one big team. We should all be one big team and try to say with soccer stuff, be one big team. Just make it better, make everything better.
We can all be a part of Team Gainesville and help make this a community we can all be proud of. I know there's a lot of pride in this community, and there's been so much that's gone into this town over the years. And, we won the most patriotic city a few years ago. I know a lot of people are still real proud about that. So, doing things like this, supporting youth sports and community beautification initiatives and arts and everything like that just helps to bring even more pride to our community, for sure. I absolutely agree, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So wonderful. Well, James, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for your contribution to the Wolves. That was such an incredible show. For those of our viewers who missed out, y'all really missed a great one. Don't miss the next one. All the information for the initiative that James was talking about today, I'll go ahead and link in the box. So if y'all are interested in looking into it and supporting, you can go ahead and check out those links and do so. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with all of your friends. I'm giggling because Allison's over here with a soccer ball, and I'm feeling kind of nervous now. But thank y'all so much for joining today. Y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you at the theater. Bye.
Thank you for joining us. For more information, please visit butterfieldstage.org.